DJ. This is my first sci-fi thing, and I'm specifically going to call out Eclipse Phase, a beautiful, awesome, award-winning, and so difficult game to run. So I'm going to throw in a bunch of my 2 cents about that. I'll throw some other videos out there about superheroes and sci-fi, but I'm going to talk about Eclipse Phase specifically. For those who don't know Eclipse Phase, and I'm surprised if you don't know, as a sci-fi game, it's about transhumanism, where the major part of the game is that most people in the solar system have something called a cortical stack. And that cortical stack is basically a thumb drive that records every human experience you've ever had. So when you are killed, that cortical stack can be removed, placed into a mechanical or biological or mixed mechanical and biological body, maybe even into vehicles and habitats, and you may live again. And depending on how many bodies you have, you can re-sleeve into bodies in any number of ways. Okay, so the other part of that is because your brain is now digital, you are a digital being. You can survive in a digital network. Your memories can be edited, and you can add things to it, such as skills. You can live in virtual reality locations willingly. You can go into virtual reality places at a different time standard. So you know, 30 days in a vacation could be a day in real life. That kind of thing. Now, what I'm going to talk about is something called the beautiful problem with Eclipse Phase. The beautiful, most amazing problem with Eclipse Phase is that it breaks the rules, standard rules we have of role-playing. And it can be hard to get across to players, even though those players that have played Cyberpunk, Shadowrun, Traveler, any of the other sci-fi games. So there's 3 things of this beautiful problem. First one is your body is equipment. The second one is no hoarding. The third one is the mind is not sacred. All right? Your body is equipment. And what I mean by that is that, especially with Cyberpunk and Shadowrun, you outfit your body with what you want. Cyberware, mechanical parts. Maybe in the Eclipse Phase you can get biological bodies, morphs of animals and strange mechanical creations and things like that. But ultimately, it's just a piece of equipment. And that piece of equipment can be gotten rid of immediately. When you go on a firewall mission, if you're using firewall, you can be sent to a planet. You got to get out of your human body. You go into a mechanical body. You go into the depths of this methane ocean or something. And so this leads into no hoarding. This is a game where you cannot hoard equipment. And actually the world of transhumanism is that people don't need to hoard anything. You can go to a cornucopia. It's basically a 3D printer and get the equipment you want. Sure, it may be illegal. Printing off major weapons can be kind of hard. You may have to smuggle those in or smuggle the blueprints in to get them done. But there's no hoarding. There is no gathering of weapons and equipment, because traveling around the solar system is just a matter of beaming your brain, called ego casting, and doing it illegally would be dark casting, from one place to another. So once you leave all of your stuff from Saturn and go to Venus, you have none of your stuff except your brain. Here's the last part. Here's the problem. The brain is not sacred. And in most games, I would say 99% of games, the brain is sacred. And what I mean is your personality, your background, what you've created is sacred to your character. No matter what damage your character takes, no matter what kind of things happen to them, that character still retains all their information. The problem in this game is, the beautiful problem in this game is that the mind is not sacred. The game master can say your memories are artificial, partially or wholly. Someone can delete portions of your memory. You can have skills removed or added. You may not know that who you are is really who you are. And so those, to me, those three things are the biggest obstacles to overcome for playing Eclipse Phase. Because if you try to make a Cyberpunk, an Eclipse Phase character and do it like Cyberpunk, you will disappoint yourself. Your players will get frustrated and get pissed off. Okay, I want a cyber arm, I want the biggest gun, I want wired reflexes, I want a nice vehicle, and blah, 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 and I'm from Mars. Okay, cool. All right, Game Master comes to you, and they say, hey, listen, we're going to have a story line that's on Europa. So you're going to ego cast into Europa as a firewall agent and do something. So let's see, you don't have your cyber arm, you don't have any of your equipment, and you're going to be put into a splicer morph, or a morph that can breathe methane gas. So you don't have your wired reflexes, you don't have any equipment, you don't have a cool vehicle, and we're going to start from there. And oh, by the way, to cover your identity, we deleted this information, deleted the information that you were from Mars, so you don't remember even that portion of your memory. So, as beautiful of a game as Eclipse Phase is, and I put Eclipse Phase alongside Vampire the Masquerade as a game that is a beautiful problem. To me, those are the three obstacles that you very, very much must get across to your players. That the uniqueness, the physical uniqueness of your character is going to vary a lot. The hoarding of equipment is almost foolish in that game. And knowing that your mind is not sacred is something that we don't think about too often, but can be very traumatic when a game master springs onto a character. Oh, you're going on a mission, but you won't ever remember having been on that mission. Or, hey, I forgot to tell you that you yourself deleted your own memories from your brain to keep you from investigating something. So you have an enemy, but you have no idea why. Well, anyway, this is my first video on Eclipse Phase. I will do more about Eclipse Phase, as well as other game systems that I feel are the most worthy of having them disseminated, because they are beautiful games and have very difficult people may feel they have very difficult problems. They're easy to overcome if you just confront them. So, as always, when I sign off, create, don't destroy.